Imagine walking into a luxury car showroom in Cairo with a fortune that is 100 years old, a fortune that could have bought half the country back then. You present the sales clerk with an original Suez Canal certificate from 1920, or King Fuad gold coins, which your grandfather had left you. What do you think his reaction will be? Today, we'll show you the value of this money across 3 different scenarios. Watch until the end to find out, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Today, we'll conduct a real experiment. Can you buy a car with an investment that's 100 years old? We'll see the destructive power of inflation and the fate of paper money. £10,000 in 1920 was a legendary figure, but what is its real value today? And can you still buy this car? If that investment had been pure gold, like the royal gold pounds, the situation would be completely different. Gold is the faithful guardian of wealth. Or if it were official certificates or a royal loan, paper that was worth more than any other asset at the time. But time had another opinion. Even state certificates in the 50s had prestige and immense purchasing power. Hundreds of acres could have been owned with that figure. In the 20s, Cairo was the Paris of the East. £10,000 could build palaces and buy land in the most prestigious areas. The owner of that sum back then was considered one of the great notables and investors. It was wealth that spanned generations, or so we thought. The difference between the texture of the old paper and the new is a story of 100 years of lost purchasing power. The story of the silent thief. Inflation doesn't just raise prices, it eats the very essence of money, the paper itself. It turns palaces into crumbs if you leave your money liquid in your hands. Look at this chart. The purchasing power of the paper pound has fallen terrifically. What used to buy a building today doesn't buy lunch. Today's confrontation is between real assets like gold and real estate, and the cash that sat idle in the vault. We asked an economic historian, an expert in the history of Egyptian currency, and he told us clearly that this paper is just a temporary vessel and never was a real store of value. We also brought in an asset valuation expert to calculate for us in raw numbers. What would those £10,000 be worth today if they had been converted into assets? The first scenario, the £10,000 remained as they were, cash in an old bank account or stashed away since 1920. The result? The number remains the same, but the value is gone. Today, £10,000 isn't enough to buy one wheel for the car you want to buy. Now for the second scenario, what if that investor was smart and converted the £10,000 into gold in 1920? Gold doesn't lie. The price of gold back then was mere pisters. £10,000 could buy a massive amount of gold pounds, an amount enough for a fortune. Imagine piles of gold growing before you. This isn't just metal, it's a freezing of time and a purchasing power that hasn't eroded. The value today in gold has become much higher, as written on the screen. You can buy a fleet of cars, not just one. Gold truly won the bet. But wait, there's a second option for assets. The third scenario, if that sum had gone into land in Heliopolis or Zamalek. Heliopolis in its early days was the opportunity of a lifetime. A decent-sized piece of land cost a pittance compared to today's prices. Population growth and urban expansion turned these lands into real gold mines. The value here isn't just wealth preservation, it's wealth creation. Look at the expansion in Cairo from the Nile to the new capital. Every new point was an opportunity to multiply the investment hundreds of times. Real estate is the master of the situation. The value of this land today could reach into the billions if it were in a strategic location. You aren't just buying a car, you're buying the dealership itself. That's the essential difference. Cash dies, gold preserves, and real estate builds. 100 years was enough to show us this truth clearly. The lesson we learned today is very clear. Real assets are the only protection against the treachery of time. Currency is a medium of exchange, not a store of value, nor for long-term saving. Our advice today is clear. Diversify your portfolio, focus on assets with intrinsic value, and don't let the silent thief eat your effort. Follow us to learn more about investment opportunities and market analysis. Always keep your decisions data-driven, not just expectations. It's been a pleasure.